Back in the day of culinary school, chicken cordon bleu was lesson one, day one. It was the first thing that I cooked that really felt French. So we've got one package of chicken, boneless, skinless chicken breast cut in 4 pieces, okay? And they've also got prosciutto and gruyere cheese. Okay, so what we're gonna do with our plastic board here, we're gonna cover it with a piece of plastic wrap. And the plastic wrap is gonna do 2 things. It's gonna keep us from kind of pounding chicken all over the place. It's gonna keep it in one spot. And it's also gonna act as a vehicle to wrap and twist our chicken breasts up so we have a nice tight pinwheel. Okay, so we got this. We're gonna take our chicken, cut it open, and we're gonna take our chicken breast. And take a look at this. This is a split, boneless, skinless chicken breast. You've seen it a million times. What we wanna do is stretch it out, all right, almost twice the size of what it is now. And with that process, what you wanna do is you wanna pound and push. So we're gonna push, pound, until it really starts to widen out. And then we got some really beautiful prosciutto, tastes a lot better than ham. And we got some gruyere cheese, tastes a lot better than Swiss. All right, so we've got 4 chicken breasts here. They're pounded out real thin and layered in between plastic. All right, we're not gonna season the inside of this because the prosciutto is kind of salty as well as the gruyere, right? So we don't wanna overdo it. So we've got some prosciutto here, right? And when you're shopping for prosciutto, you wanna make sure you get the streaky stuff. Look at that. Now that is a beautiful piece of ham. I mean, what would you rather have? Prosciutto? Yes. Or deli ham? No. A little gruyere right down the middle. A little goes a long way. Okay, so we're gonna take the plastic wrap and we're gonna twist it up almost like you're making sushi, okay? We're gonna take the chicken breast and roll it and then pull the plastic wrap up just so it flips itself over, okay? Then we're gonna take the edge of the plastic and put it straight down and we're gonna give it one more little tug so the whole thing's in one place. Then we're gonna twist it all the way up and then we're gonna take the ends and just go from one end to the other until you get a perfect cylinder. And the great thing about wrapping in plastic, no toothpicks. Hey-oh, look at that. Okay, so I've got one knocked out. I'm gonna wrap up the 4, and then we're gonna get them in the fridge and let them rest. Okay, now let's talk about our chicken cordon bleu. Now we're gonna bread this. All right, generally chicken cordon bleu has a gorgeous bread crust on the outside. And what we have here is a very simple setup. It's flour, eggs caught with a little bit of milk or water, and then some panko crumbs. And what we're gonna do is season everything first with a little bit of salt and pepper. Just one big sprinkle through everything just so it has some taste, and then go in with a few cranks of fresh cracked pepper right on top of everything so it has a base note. And then with the panko breadcrumbs, we're gonna give it just a little more attention here. Now I've got a clove of garlic, it's already peeled, and a microplane. And what I'm gonna do is just take the garlic, I'm gonna rub it against the surface of it. This is the fastest way to grate up a whole clove of garlic. It almost dissolves right in front of your eyes. And it all ends up on the bottom here. And it's just this pulpy puree. And it's gonna blend in really well with the breadcrumbs and then give the chicken a delicious, fresh, garlicky flavor right on the outside. All right, so we've got that. Then we're gonna mix it in with some melted butter. All right, just 2 tablespoons of melted butter on top. And then also, we're gonna put in some fresh thyme. Boom, we're gonna take about 4 sprigs of fresh thyme. And we're just gonna strip the leaves off backwards with my fingers so we have a nice, flavored breadcrumb, and just kind of scatter everything right on top. All right, so we got that. I'm gonna take my fingers and just kind of mix it around a little bit. And now, let's talk about our chicken that's been chilling in the fridge, okay? So we've got our chicken here. All right, we stuffed it with prosciutto and gruyere. We took some plastic wrap and twisted it up really, really tight. And we let it rest in the fridge for about a half an hour. And what happens is you get these beautiful bundles that really hold their shape. All right, so what we're gonna do is take our chicken and we're just gonna gently roll it into the flour. Now they're gonna hold the shape, but you still have to be delicate with it. And then give it a little tap, shake off the excess. And then we're gonna take the chicken and roll in the egg. No dry spots. All right, and then we're gonna take the chicken and we're gonna drop it into the breadcrumbs and just roll it around. It's gorgeous. And that is it. Perfectly coated chicken cordon bleu. Bang. All right, so I did one. I'm gonna bang out the rest. All right, then we're gonna hit it with some extra virgin olive oil right on top to help the breadcrumbs start to brown. and then we're going to throw them into the oven. 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, just until they're perfectly golden, and then you want to take them out. You definitely don't want to overcook these because they're pounded out so thin, they actually start to dry out after a while. Chicken cordon bleu, beautiful.